Hello children, how are you? I think all are fine. Okay, last class we studied about the continent. New continent we already started that Africa. In that we already studied about the location and extent of Africa and important places in Africa and which latitude this Africa lies. All these things we studied. Okay, and today we have to study about the some of the physical features also we completed. In that two physical features also we completed, and rest of the physical features we have to study today. Okay, shall we start? In lesson 8 Africa, we have to study the rest of the physical features of Africa. We already completed 2. The next one it is rift valleys. Chain of rift valleys we can see in the eastern part of Africa. That is together known. That chain of rift valleys are known as Great Rift Valley. The chain of rift valleys in the eastern part of Africa. There we can see a chain of rift valleys. What is meant by rift valley? What is valleys? Between the mountains we can see, between the mountains ranges we can see the valleys. And what is speciality of rift valleys? That is steep valleys are called rift one. Okay, so we can see in Africa chain of rift valleys in the eastern part of Africa, where we can see mountains and plateaus. That side we can see rift valleys. That rift valleys in Africa is known as Great Rift Valley. And how much it extended? It extended from the river Zambezi in the south to the Red Sea and Asia in the north. Till that side we can see rift valleys. It extended from river Zambezi in the south to the Red Sea and Asia in the north side. And not only rift valleys we can see in that side, it have number of lakes. The rift valleys have a number of deep lakes we can see in this area. We already studied that rivers are steeply flowing and joined to the sea. So in between we can formed rift valleys. And which are the important lakes in this area? The Lake Rukwa, Tanganyika, Kivu, Edward and Albert. These are the important lakes in these rift valleys, which are the Rukwa, Tanganyika, Kivu, Edward and Albert. And Tanganyika is the second deepest lake in the world. This is the second deepest lake in the world, Tanganyika. And which is the first deepest lake in the world? Lake Baikal in Siberia is the first deepest lake in the world. Just to keep in mind. Okay, so Tanganyika, that is in Africa, it is the second deepest lake in the world. So, and the rift valleys, the chain of rift valleys are known as, in eastern part of Africa is together known as Great Rift Valley, and it extends from river Zambezi in the south to Red Sea and Asia in the north side. And these rift valleys have number of lakes. Important lakes are Rukwa, Tanganyika, Kivu, Edward, etc. And which is the deepest lake in the world? Second deepest lake that is in Africa, that is Tanganyika. Clear this much? Okay. And Lake Victoria and Chand are not in rift valleys. That is lakes are there in Africa, but that is not in rift valleys. Okay. And next we have studied about the desert places in Africa. Africa has vast desert because the Sahara, the largest hot desert in the world, that is in Africa. Which is the hottest desert that is in the world? Largest desert, hot desert, that is Sahara desert, that is in Africa. And what the specialities? That is, it is spread over almost whole the northern Africa. This covered this Sahara desert, and it covered about the 1/3 of the continent. This African continent, 1/3 place is covered by the Sahara desert. That is, it is the largest hot desert in the world. And that is about the Sahara desert. And what the speciality? This part of Africa is hot and dry, except those places near to the Mediterranean Sea. Except other places, it is hot and dry, the Sahara desert. And the Sahara desert covers 1/3 of the continent, and other smaller deserts are the Kalahari desert and the Namib in southern part of Africa. and in the southern part of Africa, the most that Sahara Desert in northern Africa, and southern part it is small deserts also we can see, that is Kalahari and Namib. 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 These are the small deserts in southern part. Which is the largest desert? That is Sahara Desert, that is in Africa. Which side? Northern side. And that cover 1/3 of the continent. And most of the places are hot and dry except the places near to the Mediterranean Sea. And which is the smallest deserts in Africa? Kalahari and Namib. And that is in which side? Southern part of Africa. Is much clear about desert area? Okay, then this is a Sahara desert. And next about the forest and grassland, the vegetation or the vegetation of Africa. Vegetation means forest areas, and forest areas are divided into 3 sections: tropical rainforest, tropical grasslands, and temperate grasslands. Okay, like that it is dividing tropical rainforest, tropical grasslands, and temperate grassland. And first we have to study about the tropical rainforest. That is around the equator is very hot and wet. That area it is called tropical rainforest. Automatically we get tropical area. We are knowing hot and wet throughout the year. That is a speciality. Because of too hot they are getting rainfall. So that is why wet, hot and wet throughout the year. So this area, morning it is pleasant, then noon it become too sunlight, and suddenly evening it will be too much rainfall. That is the speciality of this area. So always wet if it is hot, but always wet throughout the year because they are getting rainfall also. And that is why that area dense thick forest, and especially the Congo side. So that is we are telling yesterday is natural zoo of the world. That is dense forest. It is a place for wild animals. Okay, so tropical rainforest, we can see which area? Equator side, and what the speciality? Very hot and wet throughout the year, and that area it is known as tropical rainforest. And what the speciality? These forests have tall broad leaves and trees we can see in this area, that is known as selvas. Selvas. As selvas we can see selvas, that means for this forest, rainforest have tall broad leaf trees we can see in this area. And these broad leaved trees are tall broad leaved trees, we can the speciality of this rainforest, because always getting water and always getting rainfall, so always evergreen greenery we can see. That what is mean by evergreen forest or evergreen trees? Trees which do not shed their leaves. So always broad leaves we can see, like a canopy with tall trees and also broad leaves, like a canopy spreading like so evergreen we can see in this tropical rainforest. That is a very important speciality of this Africa tropical rainforest. What is the speciality of tropical rainforest? What means? That means that area it is equator side, very hot and wet throughout the year, and also dense forest also. This area that is known as tropical rainforest, and tall broad leaved trees are known as selvas, and evergreen trees also, trees which do not shed their leaves in this area. Clear this much? That's why always green throughout the year. Like that, this is a rainforest area, tropical rainforest. Next about the tropical grasslands, and it is that come to the move to the north and reach the south of the equator. The temperature and annual rainfall begin to decrease. That is come to the north to and the south of the equator, we can see temperature and annual rainfall begins to decrease. That equator side hot, at the same time temperature high, at the same time rainfall. But come to the south part of the equator, what will happen? Temperature decreasing and also rainfall also decreasing. So automatically there will be changes in the forest area. The rainforest changed into grasslands. So they come to the south part, to come to change it into grasslands. But the speciality of this region is tall coarse grasses and short trees are shown in this area, that is called savanna. or tropical grasslands. We can see in south of the equator, we can see north and south of the equator, we can see temperature and annual rainfall decrease. And in this, rainforests are changed into grasslands, and the specialty tall coarse grass are tall grasses we can see in this area, and also short trees. But rainfall is getting, but compared to the tropical rainforest, it is reduced. That is why we can see tall grasses and short trees we can see, that is called savanna or tropical grasslands. Okay, this is another speciality in some part of the Africa like this, because tall grasses and at the same time short trees also we can see, that is called savanna. So we can see savanna in southern part of that equator of in Africa. Another type of grasslands also we can see, temperate grasslands. What is speciality? Come to the southeastern part of Africa, we can see south of the Tropic of Capricorn, south of that come down to the Capricorn, south of the Tropic of Capricorn, we can have moderate rainfall. Rainfall again it is not rainfall, it is moderate rainfall only getting to that area. These grasslands are colder and somewhat drier than tropical grasslands. Compared to the savanna, some places are colder and some places are drier, dry area. So like that we can see in this area, that is the speciality of the temperate grasslands. And the grasses are shorter and less dense. And savanna we can see tall grasses, that is a coarse grass we can see. But come to the temperate grasslands, grasses are shorter and also less dense. Thickly grasslands we cannot see in this area. The temperate grasslands of southeastern Africa are called veld. So in Africa itself, two types of grasslands are savanna and also veld. Savanna, what is the speciality? Tall grass and short trees. So savanna also we can see in Africa, and also veld. Well, it's a specialty of veld grassland, that is some places colder and somewhat drier, and also short grasses are shorter and less dense. These areas are called veld, or that type of temperate grasslands are called veld. So these are the vegetation of Africa. What is the three types of vegetation? Tropical rainforest, then tropical grasslands, and temperate grasslands. The other names are selvas, yes, savanna, veld. Which are the tropical rainforests and selvas are same. Okay, then tropical grassland and savanna same, and temperate grasslands and veld same. So in different way you have to study the differences. And what the speciality we can see, tropic of rainforest we can see evergreen trees, okay, always get water, rains. And come down to the southern part of that tropical rainforest, we can see savanna, that means tall grasses and short trees we can see in that area. And come down to the southern part of the Tropic of Capricorn, we can see grasses, shorter grasses and less dense we can see, that is called veld. This is about the vegetation. Clear, children? Then come to the, this is the speciality. Some area, not dense forest, forest we cannot see, these grasslands we cannot see in this veld area. Okay, then this is about the vegetation. Then come to the rivers, which are the rivers passing through, which are the area, and which are the bottom river, lake, that we can study next. Rivers, many rivers are in Africa, rise from central equator region, because always getting heavy rainfall in equatorial, that is a tropical rainforest or equatorial region, always getting heavy rainfall. So most of the rivers are rise from this equatorial region. So most of the rivers of Africa rise from equatorial region. Then in India, just tell in India, most of the main rivers are coming from Himalaya. In Africa, it is come from their equatorial region because of heavy rainfall. And rivers are unsuitable for navigation. why it is rivers are not useful for navigation? Because we already told steep plateaus and also steep valleys, that is why rivers flow through plateau region and descend steep flow slopes before entering to the sea, and that is why many rain waterfalls we can see in Africa. That is speciality. We already, when we studied about the physical feature of plain places, there is a narrow strip of plain places only in Africa. Why? Because of steep plateaus, and that is why the rivers are directly flows into the join into the sea. That is why alluvial soil, less alluvial fertile soil we can see in Africa, and also plain places. And that is why rivers also, rivers are coming rise from equatorial region and passing through these plateaus, and because of steep slopes of the plateaus, it directly entering to the flows into the and join into the sea. That is why we can it is not suitable for navigation, because if it is plateaus and mountains and plateaus, we cannot use the navigation, water transport, it is very difficult. And that is but we can see many waterfalls we can see in this area. So sometime we'll ask about why we can see many waterfalls in Africa, because of rivers are flow through the plateau region and descend steep into the entering to the sea. That is why from the height we are coming down to this, we can see the waterfalls. And why it is called rivers are not suitable for navigation, unsuitable for navigation. Why it is? Because of the same reason. Rivers are flow through plateau region and descend steep slopes before entering the sea. Okay, that is why rivers are unsuitable for navigation. And which are the largest waterfalls? The Victoria Falls on the river Zambezi and Bioma Falls on Congo River. These are two important waterfalls. Which are they? Victoria Falls and Bioma Falls of Congo River. And these are the two important waterfalls in Africa. Other many waterfalls are the important ones. Victoria Falls on the river Zambezi and Bioma Falls in of Congo River. These are the important waterfalls. And Lake Victoria is the largest. Lake Victoria is the largest lake in Africa, and that is the important lake in Africa. It is Lake Victoria. And these are the important lakes and rivers. And next we have to study about the Nile River, important river of Africa, that is Nile River. Then what are the importance of Nile River? Because world longest river it is Nile River, that is in Africa. Yes, world longest river Nile. How much kilometer it is? 6,670 kilometers. This Nile River. So which is the world longest river? Nile River, that is in Africa. And it originated, then about the Nile River, it originated from Lake Victoria and flows through Sahara Desert and to the Mediterranean Sea. This is this much kilometer it is flowing, and it is originate from Lake Victoria and flow through Sahara Desert. It is passing through Sahara Desert and to the Mediterranean, and at last join to the Mediterranean Sea. And most of the path Nile through Sahara Desert, we already see passing through Sahara Desert. But this Nile River passing through Sahara Desert. What is the speciality of Sahara Desert? Hot it is, and also not getting rainfall. But it never dry, because why it is not? It is passing through the Sahara Desert, but this Nile River not dry, because it's from the rainy equatorial region. Start from the equatorial region. Most of the rivers are starting from the equatorial region. What is the speciality of the equatorial region? Yes, heavy rainfall. Okay, that is why always get water. That is why if it is passing through Sahara Desert, Nile River is never dry. Time will ask, while Nile River passing through Sahara Desert, but it is never dry, because of it is starting from the equatorial region. Okay, that is why. and the Nile River and Nile and its tributaries from a large basin. And this Nile and tributaries are forming a large basin. And what are the important uses of Nile River? That it irrigating the dry areas of Sahara, and also it is used for navigation, and also we are getting power generation, also getting making from this hydroelectricity, also taking from this river Nile, because always getting water, normally hydroelectricity, that is power generation, also taken from this Nile River. That is one dam, it is there in Nile River, that is Aswan High Dam on the Nile, used for irrigation and also flood control, because dams are one another way it is used for controlling flood, and also power generation. So these are the uses of Nile River, because so Nile River, it irrigate the dry areas of Sahara, and also it is used for navigation purpose and also power generation. And power generation, which dam it is there in Nile River, that is Aswan High Dam is on the Nile, and that used for irrigation. This dam, what are the use of this dam in the Nile River? It is used for irrigation, flood control and power generation. These are the importance of Nile River, and also where it is originate and flow through. Okay, clear about this? Once again, just to go through this Nile River. You are knowing that one is the longest river. Start from the Lake Victoria, passing through the Sahara Desert, but it is not dry because of it is from equatorial region, and it uses of this river, it is irrigate and dry areas of Sahara, used for navigation, power generation. And what the Aswan High Dam, built in Nile River and used for irrigation, flood control and power generation. And other important river, it is Congo River. It rises from again in rainy equatorial region of Central Africa and flows into the Atlas, joined to the Atlantic Ocean. It carries the largest volume of water to the ocean, and it carry the largest volume of water to the ocean. It bring the more water content, it is there in the Congo River, and its basin receives the heaviest amount of rainfall. And Congo River getting the heaviest amount of rainfall getting in these river basins. So that is why it largest volume of water to the carry in this Congo River. And other important rivers are the Niger River and Zambezi and Orange. The Niger, the Zambezi and the Orange. These are the other important river. Niger River, it is in the western region, passing the western region, and Kariba Dam, it in Zambezi River. Zambezi River, one dam is the Kariba Dam, built in Zambezi River and also used for hydroelectric project. And inland drainage, it is the Lake Chad. Chad is the inland drainage. It is used for inland waterways. Okay, that purpose is used. So the important rivers are Niger, Zambezi and Orange. Niger River passing through the western region, and Zambezi River, there is one dam is built in Zambezi River, Kariba Dam, that is used for hydroelectric project. And in that drainage, it is which lake? It is Lake Chad. These are about the physical features of Africa. Now we completed the physical features and everything. How to study proper way. That is why you are taking in a small classes. We can take on this lesson. Okay, till here only you have to study about Africa, the location and physical features. And this is a river passing through this, the important rivers of Africa, showing in this map. And write the short notes on the following: mountains and plateaus, forests and grasslands, and importance of Nile River. Okay, children, to study and write this in your notebook. Okay, thank you.